Okay, I'll admit to a little geekiness. You see, I keep a PSOne emulator on my computer. I keep it there for one game and one game only, Yu-Gi-Oh! Forbidden Memories. It may take 20 years, but eventually I will beat that game without GameShark. So the other day I ran across a couple PSOne games and I thought, what the heck? I might as well give them a shot, so here's what happened. Gridrunner is a game from Virgin Entertainment. I'm showing you this opening because this is the best part of the game. I mean, half the CD must be this video. Gridrunner is basically capture the flag, with some old-fashioned tag thrown in. That is, you can only capture the flag if you are not it, and you have to capture several flags to win the round. That's pretty much the whole game. There's a bit of Mario Kart thrown in with power-ups, but it isn't too clear how to use them or what button does what. After a while I figured out that X makes a new pathway, which you need in order to get to some places. Also, maybe it's just my emulator, but it seems like in several of these games, once you're stuck in demo mode, you cannot get out. It's really annoying. Then there's Tony Hawk. Most of the opening on this CD is just video of some skaters I've never heard of. Of course, I played the girl because in any game where the player can get hurt, you want to play the girl to see if she makes any weird noises so people passing by will look at you funny. I should say I tried to play. This CD is so badly scratched it's like cats trying to play chess with half the pieces missing. Mostly I fell in slow motion and ended up like this. The sounds weren't much fun either. I do remember playing this when it worked, and it was pretty good for its time. I've skateboarded in my life exactly as much as I've surfed, so I can't vouch for its verisimilitude. And then we have Streak Hoverboard Racing. Check out the opening credits. If you have 3 eyes and 2 of them are blind, it's cool. This could have been a good game, but of course it wasn't. It's a lot like a driving game, so I hated it to begin with. And in some ways it's worse. The board is extremely difficult to control, and it seems like only right, left, and X do anything. I tried 2 of the girls to see which one grunted louder when crashing. Sierra seemed to be louder than Fatal, but it was all pretty much a lame waste of time. I got sick of this game quickly, but I couldn't get out of it, because select does nothing and start just pauses. I had to stop my emulator. That is very lame. That is weak. When I pulled Streak out of its holder, surprise, surprise, there was another game underneath it, Independence Day. Now most of the time movie tie-in games are really horrendous, and this was no exception. The controls are horrible, the game is inexplicable, the graphics are so bad you can't tell a tree from a target. And watch as the Grand Canyon builds itself before your very eyes. The plane is no real fighter jet. You can't fly upside down, or hit the ground, or crash, unless of course you crash into a wall, which I eventually did because I couldn't stand it anymore. If a movie and a game are developed together, say like Monsters Incorporated or Tron, typically the game is pretty good. But when it's an afterthought like this, don't bother. So as you can see, most of what's in the past belongs in the past. And yet, I still keep my Super NES in working shape so I can play Super Mario World once in a while. Go figure.